Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to my channel. I got monetized in 2024. I started trying to get monetized on January 1st of 2024. I achieved it on March 4th in 10 weeks. I made a whole series of videos about it, and I will put them linked in the description and maybe up there too. So this video is about how it's going, how it went in 2024 for me and this channel. And most notably, I think a lot of people who are subscribers on this channel subscribed because of the monetization thing. And so I will be getting right to the money in about 60 seconds. Oh, and speaking of subscribing, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Lots of good stuff on my channel. Okay, so number one, the analytics page, the very beginning, the front page of analytics, 3.6 million views in 2024. 295,000 watch hours, again, and 91,600 subscribers. I was hoping to get to 100,000 subscribers in 2024. I'm so close. And YouTube even sent me an email saying, hey, you're close. Here's what you will get when you reach 100,000. So that was totally cool. I'll get to 100,000 in 2025. It doesn't matter. I'll just get there. And again, everything is just mind-boggling to me about this whole journey. But I think mostly you want to hear about $36,109.34. That's what you came for. There you go. Oh, it is Canadian, not American. I think American, if I did my little calculations right, it's about $25,000 USD. Now, that total also, because it's Canadian and I'm Canadian, Google and YouTube, they didn't do any withholding on my taxes. So I do have to pay tax on that $36,000. And in my tax bracket in Canada, it's about 30%. So I've been holding back in a high interest savings account about 30% of each deposit that YouTube has been making to me. All of that will go to the Canada Revenue Agency. I hope they're watching. I plan on paying, really. So if that's what you were waiting for, that's what you got. I made $36,000 Canadian in 10 months from March 4th until the end of December. So I thought I would just go over with you a few things, and I've got them all written down here. So this is not a very put together year-end video. This is more of a mishmash of a put together year-end video, but things that I'm still doing the same from beginning my YouTube journey until right now. I'm still filming or recording all of my videos on my iPhone. I'm looking right into that little dot on my camera right now. It's propped up on a cheap gimbal, and I will put an equipment list of all of my equipment in the description box below. Nothing expensive and nothing over the top. Number two, stuff I am still learning. I am 100% still learning. All this year, every day was a learning experience for me. I recently learned just before Christmas how to blur things. I don't know how to blur moving objects yet, but DaVinci Resolve can do that, and I'm going to learn how to do that. It's just that I don't have any need to blur a moving object, so that's why I haven't learned. I'm on a need-to-know basis. A need to learn basis. When I need to do something, that's when I learn how to do it. Creatively speaking, I am learning how to use camera angles and different camera distances to make the shot more interesting, or to make the story that I'm telling more interesting. Obviously not right now because this is a talking head video, but I made a video in November about traveling to go shopping at an antique store that was out and about. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but it was also a lot of work because I was learning, and I'm still learning that, but I want to learn more about it. And still learning how to edit in general. I said before in a previous video that DaVinci Resolve is very robust. It's got thousands of different tools and options that you can use, and I use about 5. What is new on the channel is sponsors, brand sponsors. I have been getting brand sponsors. I'm sure you've seen some of the integrations that I've done, which is wonderful. And that leads me to thank the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. I have been wanting to add shorts to my YouTube channel and maybe even a TikTok or two. But I'm really not sure how to go about making a successful short video. So I've joined Sean Dalton, who's a professional travel photographer, for his class on creating viral videos for Instagram and TikTok. With classes and learning paths on Skillshare, it has been easy and fun to learn. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives. Thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelance, productivity, and more. Skillshare can help you take your career, your hobbies, your skills, your passion, even your side hustle to the next level. So get out and practice your creativity on Skillshare. The first 500 people to use my link in the description below will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. What have I stopped or let go since I began the YouTube channel? Well, the Sunday videos is the big one. When I started, I was making one Wednesday video, which I called the Silver and Solo video, and one Sunday video, which is where I went on a walkabout with the dog just through the forest and fields near where I live, and talked about my YouTube journey and what I was learning and what I was doing to try to improve and how my YouTube stats were improving or not improving. So I continued to make that Sunday video even after I was monetized, and I continued to make it until the end of June. And I still work full-time, so putting out 2 videos a week was just becoming too much for me. The dog walk videos were just not bringing in enough views for me to continue to make them and work full-time and put out the Wednesday video. So they had to go. Okay, so the very next thing I'm sure people are going to ask is, you made $36,000 Canadian in 10 months. What did you splurge on? What did you buy? Well, I got this backup battery for my house. We lose power a lot on Vancouver Island, and every time we do, it's for like between 6 and 8 hours, although we did have one power outage for like a day just before Christmas. So I went and bought a rather expensive backup battery. It's not a generator, it's a battery. And eventually I'll be able to charge it with solar power. So that was a big splurge, and pretty much my only big splurge in 2024. And I am doing a big splurge in 2025, and that will be the year that I turn 60. My 60th birthday is in September, and I am planning an epic trip, which I will get more into later as we get closer to that time. So it's all planned out. I just have to pay for it. So come on, YouTube. It is an epic trip. It will be for 2 weeks, and there may or may not be a tiara involved. Okay, so that was the overview of my year and how it went, how it's going, looking forward. And now I'm just going to get into the analytics and go through the numbers. So if that's not something that's interesting to you, feel free to skip over it. But a lot of it's quite interesting. And if you're ever thinking of starting a YouTube channel, or if you have one now, maybe this would be good for you to see. So in terms of the top videos of 2024, the number 1 video money-wise for me was how I monetized my YouTube channel. And that made me $6,331. Holy. And second was start doing these 4 things and thrive at living alone. And that one, the start doing these 4 things, that one I recorded on February 21st before I was monetized. And it was one of the videos that helped me get monetized. And it was definitely one of the, well, it was the second best performing video revenue-wise for me. Next, 8 things I can't live alone without was $2,387. 9 social norms I've ditched. $1,689. How much YouTube paid me in my first month? Didn't do as well, but it had the highest RPM. $18.53 was the revenue per mil. which means how much I got paid for every 1,000 views of that one. That was my number one RPM. Next was 9 things I've stopped wasting my money on. Don't waste the youth of your senior years. Again, a very early one. 10 more things I can't live alone without. Turning job loss at 53 into a life-changing gift. That was a very early one before I was monetized. It helped me get monetized. And the 10th one is 6 life goals you shouldn't waste your time on. Those were my top 10 earning videos of the year. And none of them are from sort of September on, but that kind of makes sense because all of my videos continue to rack up views the longer they're out there. So the earlier videos definitely had more time to get more views, I think. And as I said, the highest CPM was on the how much YouTube paid me video because it's talking about money, obviously. But the higher the RPM, the better it is for me. It doesn't need to get as many views in order to make a higher revenue. So yay for that. And when we're talking about my top 10 videos views, the biggest view getter was how I monetized my YouTube channel in just 10 weeks. 486,874 views. 486, almost 500,000. Thank you, everyone. Number 2 was start doing these 4 things at almost 500,000. Again, 442,000. And then we dropped down a bit. 8 things I can't live alone without. Turning job loss at 53 into a life-changing gift. 9 social norms. Don't waste the youth of your senior years. 7 steps for aging alone. And this one I would just want to point out, the 7 steps for aging alone, how to plan for your later years. I made that video very early on. I think it was in April. I can check that. Oh, March 13th. It was quite early on. And the thing is that it has gotten it's the 7th most, it's the 7th biggest view getter at 150,682,000. But the revenue from it does not reflect the number of views. And that's because it's got a very low RPM. Got to talk about money. I mean, I don't want to specifically talk about money just to get the RPM up, but wow, that one got a whole bunch of views and the RPM is incredibly low because just advertisers didn't see the need to pay to advertise on that specific video. It's tragic for me. 6 life goals you shouldn't waste your time on was the number 8. 10 more things I can't live alone without was number 9. And 9 things I've stopped wasting money on is my 10th biggest view getter with 96,240. So yeah, the RPM really counts. Even if you're getting a ton of views, you need to get that RPM up. And I don't know specifically how to do that other than make content that advertisers want to advertise on. When it comes to subscribers, the number 1 video getting me subscribers this year or last year in 2024 was how I monetized my YouTube channel. Go figure. It got 26,846 subscribers for me. Wonderful. Thank you. Number 2 was start doing these 4 things and thrive at living alone. And it got me 13,094 subscribers. 8 things I can't live alone without. Don't waste the youth of your senior years. 9 social norms I've ditched. 7 steps for aging alone. Got me 3,288. That is a conundrum, that video. It's really a conundrum for me because it should have done better revenue-wise, I think. How much YouTube paid me? Got me, 3,042 subscribers. Turning job loss at 53 into a life-changing gift. 3015, 9 Hard Truths, and then 6 Life Goals You Shouldn't Waste Your Time On. Got me another 2038. One very cool thing that I saw that I'm going to see if I can show you now in the subscribers. Here in December, Thursday, December 19th, I had -4 subscribers. I lost 4 in aggregate, in total. But overall, every month has I've gotten subscribers, and the number has only gone up, but is definitely slowed down. The subscribers have slowed down in the last half of 2024, which is why, like in August and September, I thought, oh, I can make it. I can make 100,000 by the end of the year. But then the end of the year really slowed down. Revenue-wise, subscriber-wise, views-wise, everything slowed down. And I thought it was just me or maybe something I had done. But the internet says that the end of the year is historically a slow time for YouTube. Not a lot of people watch. So fingers crossed that here we are in the new year, and so numbers will go back up. But again, anything is great with me. I'm incredibly grateful for everything. Now, this next one that I'm going to show you is an interesting one, and one that I have not paid a lot of attention to. It's the impressions click-through rate, and that measures how often viewers watched a video after seeing a registered impression on YouTube. And what I found really interesting on my channel for the impressions click-through rate is that my number one video for impressions click-through is my very first video that I put up, which is just me taking the dog for a walk. Handheld phone out ahead of me, not even a gimbal, just me walking the dog. And it got a click-through rate of 11.4%, which is, if you can see the rest of them, you know, how much YouTube paid me in my first month is another one, 6.4%. It's 5% less. The click-through rate is 5% less than that dog walk video. And that's like, what the heck? And this is where thumbnails and titles come in. They say for the click-through rate is getting people to click on your video once they see it, once it has been presented to them, an impression. And so people are clicking on my dog walk video at a very much higher rate than all of my other videos once they've seen it, once they've been presented with it. And it doesn't even have a thumbnail. It's just a still from the video. And people are clicking on it at a higher rate. Maybe it's because I told everyone that it's my first one and everybody just wanted to see what the first one looks like. I don't know. But yeah, titles and thumbnails, take a look at your click-through rate stats, and then take a look at your titles and thumbnails on those videos and try to sort of recreate the look and the feel and the wording of those videos on your next ones. That's what I'm going to try and do now that I've figured this out. Click-through rate. Very interesting. Next is my traffic sources. And the number one place that I got people coming to my channel from was through browse features. I got 2,578,287 views as a result of browse features, which is traffic from the homepage, home screen, the subscription feed, and other browsing features. Next, by far in second place, is suggested videos, channel pages, playlists, YouTube search. I'm not really a searchable channel. So all of people who keep sending me emails saying that my SEO is low, yeah, I know. I don't search anything. Nobody searches for me. Well, a couple people do, but my traffic comes from browse and suggested videos. Yay for suggested. And people have me on playlists, which is wonderful. That's great. Also, just one more thing about the impressions click-through. My average for the year was 4.6%. That was of all, including my little 11.4% dog walk video. But a rate of between 2 and 10% is considered good. So dog walk video was above good at 11.4%. And 4.6% is good. It's better than 2%, but it's not near 10%. And I would like that to go up. So I'm going to, for 2025, I'm going to be working on my click-through rate. So that is titles and thumbnails. I'm working on it. Geography. And who'd have thunk it? The US is my #1 spot for viewers. Thank you to my American cousins. Appreciate it. 63% of my viewers are Americans. Canada coming in second, way down at 8.8. The UK, Australia, India, South Africa, all of the English-speaking world comes to me. Thank you. Germany, you're in there too. I really appreciate that. Thank you. This is to be expected. Americans are the greatest consumer of YouTube videos in the world, so it would make very much sense that they would be watching my videos too. And for viewer age, I think this should come as very small surprise to anyone. The 65 plus years age group is 35.2% of my viewership. My age, or 55 to 64, is 29.5. Those are the my age people, but I will take you, boomers. I will take you. Thank you. 45 to 54, 18.1. 35 to 44-year-olds, 10.4. And then we're getting down and down. And I actually had a question on my Q&A, my recent Q&A video from a millennial. Thank you. And I think I said that in an old lady voice. Did I? I don't know. But anyhow, thank you, millennial. One thing about the age group, though, is that, and actually geography as well, most of my brand sponsors, when they're reaching out to want to do brand deals, they ask for these analytic statistics. They want to know where all of my viewers are from, the geography, not cities, but just country, and how old they are, and the next one, what gender they are. Those are the 3 statistics that almost all of the brand sponsors want to know when we're setting up a brand deal. And gender, again, shouldn't be a big surprise, but 79% of my viewers are female and 20% are male. Thank you, all of the guys who come out. Silver and solo guys, silver and married guys, whatever. Thank you. I appreciate anybody who is just coming out and clicking on my videos and coming along for this YouTube ride with me. I really appreciate it. One quick little stat here. My highest revenue day of the entire year was here on May 1st, $567.65. That was my highest revenue day. May 15th, it looks like, was my second one at $468.76. And in May was when I put out how I got monetized in 10 weeks video. So I think that was the majority of the views, was very high then. Interesting. Obviously, my lowest one was 0 back from January until March 8th. That's 0. I mean, my lowest since then was probably December 24th, Christmas Eve. I made $18.40 in one day. But prior to that, it's all in the 20s and 30s are the lowest. Nothing close to 0. So, oh, wait, $22.97 on New Year's Eve. A whole bunch of eves are when people are not watching YouTube videos, apparently. My revenue source, Watch page ads, 34,497.06. That's the number one revenue source for me on YouTube. YouTube Premium, yes, lots of people have asked, what about people who are YouTube Premium subscribers where they don't see any ads? Yes, YouTube still pays you if you're monetized for their viewing. Super thanks, $105. Thank you for the super thanks, people. I really appreciate that. And I hope that I thanked you in the comments immediately as soon as you did it, because I get a little notification and I really appreciate it. And yeah, my shorts feed, I made one short and it earned me 78 cents in all of 2024. So I do want to work on shorts. I want to figure out how to make shorts. And once again, I am using Skillshare to learn more about how to make shorts. So maybe you'll see more shorts from me this year. And this last one, subscriptions, the subscription status. A whopping 78.6% of you are not subscribed to the channel, and a beautiful, wonderful 21.4% of you are subscribed. So getting to my 100,000 subscribers, I have to work on the 78% of you who are watching my videos, thank you, but not subscribed. It doesn't cost anything. It really helps me out though. So subscribe if you haven't. And that is going to be the end of my analytics, how I did in 2024 video. And thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching during all of 2024. And please stick with me for 2025. Who knows where I'll go?